The death of John F. Kennedy can be said to be the most famous death.
However, a tragic death like this once occurred with his older brother, Joseph P. Joe Kennedy Jr.
As told by Irish Central, Joe is the oldest child and namesake of his father.
His parents educated Joe to enter the world of politics long before the Kennedy curse.
Joe is a star athlete and talented student with a great interest in politics.
He even wants to run for Congress. However, his career changed drastically in 1941, when he chose not to complete his law studies at Harvard University,
and chose to enroll in flight training to become a naval aviator.
Shortly thereafter, he was assigned to fly patrol planes in the Caribbean. Joe then piloted bombers for the British Naval Command, completing 25 missions successfully. In 1944, he joined the Aphrodite mission, a secret program in which Joe flew Liberator bomber drones filled with explosives. The mission aims to release a drone and be controlled to crash into its target, a rocket launch site. Unfortunately, the project went awry.
2 bomb explosions destroyed the drone and killed Joe and the other pilot.
As told by the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and Museum,
John F. Kennedy's younger sister, Kathleen Kick Kennedy, was born in 1920.
Kick volunteered for the Red Cross, worked at a newspaper in Washington, D.C., and was involved in a number of charity events. In 1944, she married an English nobleman named William Cavendish, Marquis of Hartington, and became Lady Kathleen Hartington. Kick's mother actually did not approve of their relationship because Cavendish was a Protestant. William Cavendish served in the military.
He was commissioned only 4 weeks after his wedding.
Unfortunately, Cavendish died in action a few months after the wedding.
After her husband's death, Kick Kennedy visited his family in America. However, she chose to remain in England and even found a new lover named Peter Fitzwilliam, a Protestant and married man. After divorcing his wife, Fitzwilliam married Kick Kennedy.
In 1948, the newlyweds went to France to visit Kick Kennedy's father. The trip ended in disaster when the plane they were on crashed due to a heavy storm, killing everyone on board.
Kick's funeral was only attended by his father, Joe Kennedy, because during his lifetime Kick was considered a family disgrace. The Kennedy family covered up the incident to protect Joe Kennedy's career in politics. Apart from his own death, the biggest tragedy in the lives of John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Kennedy arguably occurred on August 9, 1963.
It was on that day that the couple lost their third child, Patrick Bouvier Kennedy, who died less than 2 days after he was born.
Patrick was born 5.5 weeks early or premature. Moreover, Patrick suffers from a lung disease called hyaline membrane disease. Currently, the disease has a survival rate of about 95%.
However, at that time, this disease posed a very deadly threat to babies born prematurely.
Realizing the situation, President Kennedy immediately ordered Secret Service agents to call a priest
to baptize the child, as that was the only thing that could be done.
Even though the care was world-class, all the Kennedy family could do was pray and hope.
All citizens of the United States give their best wishes to Patrick.
Many people even gathered in front of the hospital to show their support.
Unfortunately, Patrick died 39 hours later. This tragedy had an unexpected lesson, because this traumatic event helped strengthen the relationship between John F. Kennedy and Jackie, which had been strained.
It is known that their relationship was quite cold because of John F. Kennedy's
indifferent attitude and his mischievousness in playing with women.
President John F. Kennedy was shot dead on November 22, 1963, while riding in an open motorcade in Dallas with the First Lady sitting next to him. The accused shooter was former Marine and Marxist enthusiast Lee Harvey Oswald. Surprisingly, Oswald was shot by a nightclub boss named Jack Ruby before he was brought to justice. However, the many confusing oddities surrounding this case make the murder filled with unanswered questions.
Conspiracy theories are rampant today.
Some people believe that the murder occurred at the behest of popular national criminals of the time, such as Cuba or the Soviet Union. This is because of Oswald's ties to these countries.
After the shooting of his older brother, John F. Kennedy,
Robert Francis Kennedy is predicted to be the next successful politician in the Kennedy family.
Robert Kennedy began his career by becoming chairman of John F. Kennedy's successful campaign team during his Senate candidacy in 1952.
After serving on various Senate subcommittees, he again became chairman of the campaign team for John F. Kennedy in 1960.
After successfully becoming president, John F. Kennedy appointed Robert as his attorney general, and then as a senator.
Robert campaigned tirelessly for civil rights. After the assassination of John F. Kennedy, Robert continued his struggle as a United States Senator from New York.
On March 16, 1968, Robert announced his candidacy for president.
However, he did not succeed in occupying the White House.
On June 5, 1968, a man named Cyan Sirhan shot the 42-year-old senator in the hallway of the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles.
In fact, Robert Kennedy managed to win the Democratic Party primaries in California.
Although his murder did not give rise to conspiracy theories like his brother's, his death also shocked many people. However, in 2018, Robert Kennedy's son, Robert Jr., revealed that Sirhan was not alone in carrying out his murder. The term Kennedy curse did not appear out of nowhere. Although the media exaggerated the story, the term actually came from the Kennedy family themselves.
The curse was coined by Senator Edward Moore Ted Kennedy in 1969.
This occurred a year after the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy, which of course marked the second major assassination in the family. Ted Kennedy thought that the terrible curse he was referring to was related
to the tragedies that befell the Kennedy family and also the many tragic deaths. Ted himself has experienced a fatal tragedy in his life,
although he lived to be 77 years old. History explains that in the same year, when discussing the Kennedy curse, he was also involved in the Chappaquiddick incident.
This incident occurred when Ted drove a car over a bridge and fell into the river. Strangely, he returned to his hotel room without reporting the incident until the next morning. In fact, the young woman named Mary Jo Kopechne who was with him was still in the car.
The woman was found the next day dead. As for Ted himself, he insists that he tried his best to save her, but to no avail.
This incident also destroyed his dream of becoming president.